Hello, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to all of you in this live doubt solving session. And I hope you are ready with your doubt. Hello, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to all of you. In this, you can ask question online. You can ask your doubt anytime. But to begin with, I would like to discuss one thing which we usually don't discuss. That is what is the difference between descriptive and inferential statistics. After this, one by one, I will try to discuss all the difficult topics which are there in PSM. So descriptive statistics means you are collecting data and you are trying to describe what is in the center of the data, how much the data is varying from each other. So descriptive study means it is just describing a observation. Okay, so in descriptive study we can have measure of central tendency, and in measure of central tendency we have mean, median and mode. I hope you know all these three things. Mean means average, median means middle number, and mod is like model. That's how Park has described it. Just like model love to keep appearing on screen again and again, mode love to keep repeating again and again in the distribution. So mode is the most commonly repeated number. And after this we read about measure of dispersion. Dispersion means how much spread is the data. अगर रायता फैला है तो कितना फैला है. And of course we don't like dispersed data. We don't like फैला हुआ रायता. We want the data to be concentrated and to the point. So lesser the standard deviation, lesser the variance, lesser the range, and lesser the standard error, the better will be the quality of data. And these four are measure of dispersion. So you can understand that these two things are just describing about a population. Let's say what is the average weight of the class. So that is the mean. It is describing about the weight of the student in the class. Now the range of weight in the class is, let's say, from 50 kg to 90 kg. So it is again describing about the students of the class. So that is descriptive. And inferential statistics means many a time we cannot collect data from the whole population. So what we do is we take data from a sample of a student and then we generalize it for the whole class. And that is inferential statistics. It means collecting data from a sample and then applying it on whole population. Okay. Now, for example, let's say you found a new drug to treat my obesity. So you are giving your new drug to, let's say, 5 obese people like me. And if all the 5 people got cured of their obesity in just 3 months, it means your drug can be applied on general population. So you did a drug trial on a sample and then you said that it can be applied on the general population. So here you are inferencing something. Inferencing का मतलब निकालना है ना. We try to deduct meaning from the sample about the whole population. So in inferential statistics we try to accept or reject null hypothesis. Okay, what is null hypothesis? It simply means that the new drug or the new medicine whichever you have found is not significantly different from previous drug or previous medicine. That is null hypothesis. Null hypothesis simply says that the new drug or the new medicine is null, is null, is not significantly different from previous. So it means my new drug or new study is in a way useless. That is null hypothesis. So when we collect data from a sample, we use that data to decide whether my new drug to treat obesity, let's say, is better than orlistat or is same as orlistat, is same as previous drug or different than previous drug. So we do acceptance or rejection of null hypothesis by it. And in inferential statistics, you can have example of confidence interval. You can have example of standard error. Because what is confidence interval? It means that what is the range within which an answer lie? That is confidence interval. Suppose I asked it from you, let's say that when will you wake up tomorrow? So you said I will wake up between 7 to 9 a.m. Okay, or if you ask it from me, I will say, let's say I will wake up between 9 to 12 a.m. So that is my confidence interval. Then you can ask me that how much confident I am that I will wake up within that time. So suppose I said I am 95% sure I will wake up between 9 to 12. So that 9 to 12 is my 95% confidence interval, and within this 9 to 12, sometime I will wake up. So my answer lies between 9 to 12. Now, if I want to know about this from the whole class, that suppose there is a class of MBBS student in their final year, I want to know when do they wake up. Do they wake up between 9 to 12 or between 6 to 9? So I can take a sample of people from the student, and suppose they answered that they wake up between let's say 9 to 12. The sample of 4 students said it, and those 4 samples are taken randomly from the class. So if I am getting this data from the sample, that they are 95% sure that they will wake up between 9 to 12. So this is confidence interval of the sample. Now I will go in the class and I will say that because this sample is taken randomly from the class, so 95% student in the class wake up between 9 to 12. Okay, I will collect the data from the sample and I will apply it on the whole population. That is the use of confidence interval, and that is the meaning of inferential statistics. Okay, similarly, when we talk about null hypothesis or we talk about p-value, that also deal with inferential statistics. Okay, and I hope you know about p-value, that when it is less than or equal to 0.05, that means that study is significant. Okay. Okay, so right now there is no question in the group except Ayush, who is asking that sir 5392 SMS में surgery मिलेगी. Dear Ayush, I don't know the detail of counseling things, and I am not in the team of Bhatia who discuss the rank and the college that you will get. There is Dr. Rajat Jain sir and Dr. Thamim sir who guide a student in this area, because I think branch is not that important. The main importance is, are you growing, improving in your life or not? Because if you are improving in your life, no matter which branch you will choose, you will be happy in it and you will be successful in it. So that's my thought. That's why I don't go into detail of that. Now, I want you to explain p-value thing better, because many questions come from p-value, and most of us, we think we know p-value, but we just mug up this line and we don't understand it properly. See, the definition of p-value is that what is the probability of getting a significant result by chance. Okay. What does it mean? Let me explain it with an example. Suppose in your batch, a guy or a girl is an expert in predicting whether a match or a love story will sustain or will it end in 1 or 2 months. And suppose someone think that he is an expert in guessing about couples in the college. And suppose that student who think he's an expert, suppose let's say Apurv is an expert or Ayush is an expert. So if Apurv is an expert in telling whether the relationship will sustain or not. And he said his first guess about relationship, there was a couple, Apurv said that yes, this couple will end in 3 months. And they exactly ended in 3 months. So first guess became right. Now, what is the chances or what is the probability that Apurv is an expert? And what is the probability that he got this one correct result by chance? Okay, probability of getting correct result. Correct means here correct is same as significant. So probability of getting significant result or correct result by chance is 50%, because his only first guess is correct. So the probability of being an expert, of an expert, is also 50%. 50% chance is that Apurv is an expert and he can tell the things correctly. He has some inner mystic capability of telling about medicine or telling about couples' future. So the probability that he's an expert is also 50%, and the probability that this came by chance is also 50%, because only one guess is right. Now Apurv guess about his own life, that my love story will go till marriage, I know. And suppose that also happened. So now there are two guess which is right. So the probability that Apurv is not an expert and he is getting this result by chance, just by fluke, है ना, तुक्के से सही आ रहा है, that probability decreases to 25%. So 50% can be written as 0.5, 25% can be written as 0.25. Now suppose Apurv did a third guess for some other student in the batch, and the third guess is also right. So will you trust now that Apurv is an expert? Because the probability of expert is growing and the probability that he got the result by chance is decreasing. Third guess is right. That means now there is only 0.12% chance that he is getting it correct by luck, by chance. है ना, तुक्के से सही हो रहा है, इसका chance अब कम हो गया है. Now suppose Apurv guess about a fourth couple. He said that the boy is also a playboy, the girl is also a playboy, so this couple will last longer and they all will be a good relationship. And this time also it came correct and the couple stayed longer. So it became the probability that he is giving the correct answer by chance will decrease to 0.06. So now the 4 guess is correct. 4 guess he said all are correct. Now will you consider Apurv as significant, or do you still consider him as a lucky man, lucky guesser? What do you think? Some of you might be convinced that he is expert, but some of you still in doubt. So that's why Apurv gives the guess about 5th couple, and again he is right. So the probability that he guessed it and got it correct is now reduced to 0.03. Okay, so you can understand that he did 5 guess and all 5 are correct guess. So now you can consider him as an expert, because the probability of being an expert is increasing. It's 50%, then 75%, then it's further increasing. And the probability of just being an accidental expert, by chance expert, is decreasing. So by the time 5 guess is right, many of you can agree that he is an expert in telling about people relationship. So that's how scientists also decided that somewhere between 0.06 and 0.03, somewhere between 4 and 5 guess, if the things are coming right again and again, we can trust that the medicine is significant, or we can trust that Apurv is significant in guessing about things. Let me explain it with a more theoretical, bookish example to you. Suppose Apurv is guessing about couple life and Ayush is the one who developed the drug to decrease my obesity. He gave it on me and my weight got reduced in 1 month. He gave it on one of my friend Ajay Verma and his weight also get reduced in 1 month. He gave it on my other third obese friend, his weight also get reduced in 1 month. So 3 people got cured one after another. Will you trust that Ayush drug is significant? maybe, but still it can be by chance. So now suppose fourth time Ayush drug decreased obesity of the person. 4 people got cured in a consistency. So now you have better trust. And if 5th person also get cured by the same obesity drug, 5 people got treated one after another. So now you have a better trust that yes, this medicine is significant, and it is not coming significant by chance. It is coming significant again and again. Okay, so p-value tells us what is the chance of getting a significant result by chance. When by chance thing decreases, see, you can see, when by chance thing decreases, then we have better trust, and then we take that drug as significant. So that is why we want our p-value to be less than or equal to 0.05. It means there is 5% chance that drug is not significant but came significant wrongly, or but came significant by chance. Okay, but came significant wrongly. So this is one way of understanding p-value, that we should do minimum mistake. The probability of getting a result by chance or the probability of getting a result wrongly should be low. Okay, that is one way. Second way of understanding p-value is that p-value and alpha error have the same meaning. What is alpha error? Alpha error means false positive. It means that we are trying to prove, wrongly proving a non-significant medicine as significant. Okay, or suppose you, let's say, Jishan came and told that I am pregnant. So he is giving a false positive report. He is making non-significant abdomen as significant. So that is alpha error. Alpha error means saying non-significant drug or study as significant. Okay, so they are wrongly saying it, and you are wrongly giving me as positive for pregnancy, and you are wrongly saying non-significant as significant. And what is p-value? P-value is again the same thing. What is the probability that drug is not significant but came significant? And what is the probability that I am not pregnant but still you gave me the report of being pregnant? That is p-value, and that is alpha error. Both p-value and alpha error in a way means false positive. What is the chance of getting false positive report? What is the chance of getting a significant result by mistake? And a positive by mistake. Okay, so in a way, in a broader way, both p-value and alpha error means acting over smartly. When you try to fool people, when you try to say that your drug is magical when it is not magical, that is alpha error. Okay, when you are acting over smartly, or when you are overestimating the things. Overestimating or acting over smartly, that is alpha error, that is p-value. For example, there is a very good study, coronal study by Baba Ramdev, that study was done on people who don't had fever, but the result of study said that it can treat corona fever. So what they were doing is, they were saying that coronal drug is significant, but in reality, coronal drug was non-significant, and they are forcefully saying that it is significant. So that's how they are doing alpha error, and the meaning of both of it is same. Okay. Now in the beginning of a study, we decide that alpha error should be 5%. 5% time we can overestimate the result. 5% time we can give false positive for our new drug. So we pre-decide alpha error, and then we conduct our study. And after conducting the study, at the end we get p-value. So if alpha error is more than or equal to p-value, then we say study is significant. What does it mean? Suppose you went into an INICT exam or a NEET exam and you thought that 5% mistake I will do. 5% question I will think as positive or correct when they are not correct. Okay? But suppose in the real exam, you did only 2% mistake. So if you did only 2% mistake, this is at the end of exam, and it was your pre-decided mistake. So if in the exam you did only 2% mistake when the expectation was 5%, then you will definitely score very good in the exam. You will pass that exam. You will give significant result. Okay, so similarly, study is significant when we do less mistake than expected. P-value is also a mistake, alpha error is also a mistake. Both means overestimating or acting over smartly. So our mistake at the end should be less than our pre-decided mistake. Then the study will be significant. And that's why mostly we take it as 5%. That if p-value is less than or equal to 5%, 5% means 0.05. Then we say that study is significant. And whenever the study is significant, the null hypothesis being formulated at the beginning is rejected. Because null hypothesis says that new study is not significant. And now you have proven that it is significant. So you will reject the null hypothesis. Okay? So this is the whole concept of p-value. I thought many conceptual questions come from p-value alpha error, which you can solve if you just remember this one point, that p-value and alpha error both have same meaning. Both means giving false positive result, acting over smartly. Okay, both means saying non-significant drug as significant. Okay, chalo, you got it completely, Apurva. Okay, accurate example for explaining. Thank you, Apurva. So, any other question? Thank you, Apurva, for loving the innovative example, because these are conceptual things. So if we understand it with different way with our real life, then we can apply it in any question. And when our concept will be clear, this type of question will no longer be confusing or complicated. Now, if you have any other question from any other topic, feel free to ask it in the group. I would love to have your doubt. And do ask your doubt, because this is what, otherwise I will start teaching what I think is important. So it's better that I will clear your doubt. This is the line of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that the first sign of a student is a student ask question. So if you want to give soul to the peace, if you want to give peace to the soul of late Dr. Abdul Kalam, then do ask question and prove that you are a good student. Okay? Pyramid chart, sir. Pyramid chart. Pyramid chart. You know about population pyramid. What is pyramid chart is something I have heard for the first time. The one question from population pyramid they ask is, does it tell about age distribution or does it tell about age and sex distribution? So remember, population pyramid tell about both age and sex distribution. We divide the population into 5-year age group, 0 to 5, then 5 to 10, then 10 to 15, like that, 5-year age group, up to 80. And this type of population pyramid will be the triangular population pyramid or pyramidal population pyramid for developing country like India. But the main question they ask is that in the developed country, what will be the shape of population pyramid? So in the developed country, the children are less. Above that, there are population, and then again they are decreasing. So it is like spindle. Spindle मतलब पंख, है ना? बीच में मोटा, कोने में छोटा, है ना? Broader from the center, tapering at the end. So this is spindle-shaped population pyramid of developed country. Now, how they tell about age and sex both? If you divide it into male and female, that will also tell about the sex distribution along with the age distribution. Okay, so that is the point. Dr. Sandeep has a question that how to compare life expectancy of two countries. See, this life expectancy can be compared by the population pyramid of that country. It usually starts from 0 to 80. Now, when you are seeing that there are less population at the topper end, it means the population pyramid, the life expectancy, let's say, is till 67 or 70. But if it is still broader at the end, it means the life expectancy is bigger. Okay, so life expectancy can be predicted, not exactly calculated, but it can be predicted by population pyramid. Second thing is, in the life expectancy, we usually include those deaths which are occurring in first year of life. We include infant death. That is why when you talk about life expectancy of Indian population, the recent data say it is 68.2 year. But in reality, Indian do live till 80-90 year. Why it is 68.2? Because it include infant death. It include those children who died in less than 1 year, and mostly children death are the maximum. Infant death are maximum than any other age group. So that's why the average come out to be 68.2. Okay? Yes, please. Very good question, Apurv, and this question was, I think, from Apurv. Let me see. Yes, Dr. Sandeep Moore. Very good question. Now, do you have any other question? Because I would like to discuss about 2-3 more things. One is that what is this epidemiological transition ratio? And then what is this demographic dividend? So this is something which compare that whether the communicable disease are more in the country or the non-communicable disease. In epidemiological transition ratio, we write CMNND at the top. What is CMNND? These are death due to communicable, maternal, neonatal, nutritional deficiency diseases. So in a way, it is including all the TB death, malaria death, infant death, maternal death, divided by death due to NCD plus injury, accident. So if epidemiological transition ratio is more, it does not mean that non-communicable disease is more. If ETR is more than 1, it means communicable death are more, communicable disease death more. For example, if you compare the epidemiological transition ratio of Bihar with Kerala, Bihar have epidemiological transition ratio of 0.74, whereas Kerala have epidemiological transition ratio of 0.16. So in Kerala, the non-NCD is more, but in Bihar, the communicable disease is comparatively more than Kerala. Okay, so we write communicable above and death due to NCD injury below. Along with it, I would also like to discuss about one ignored concept of breakpoint chlorination and superchlorination. After discussing this concept of demographic dividend, which is again quite confusing concept. Demographic dividend means, dividend is also known as bonus. So demographic bonus or demographic dividend means we have more earning population and less dependent population. More people are earning money, less people are dependent on them. Okay, so there is a formula for dependency ratio which they also ask to calculate in some exam. Dependency ratio means those population who are less than 15 year plus population more than 65 year. These are the dependent population divided by population between 16 to 64 year. So these are the earning population. Okay. Now, demographic bonus will come when the earning people will be more. That means the denominator should be more. When the dependency ratio will be less, we will have less people who are dependent and more people who are earning. So, if we decrease dependency ratio, suppose our dependency ratio decreases, what is happening here? If the dependency ratio is decreasing, it means we are gradually having more people who are earning because dependent are less. Let me explain it with an example. We all want that our dependent population should be less, dependency ratio should be less. And how can we do that? One way is that all the people who are more than 65, let's start killing them. But that also include my mother, and she will hit me badly about this idea also. And it's not doable. We should never think about that also. And they will kill me with slippers. So the second thing we can do is we can decrease producing children. So when we decrease producing children, dependency ratio will decrease because numerator is decreasing. So if dependency ratio decreases by decreasing fertility, in that case, there will be more people who are earning and less people who are dependent. More earning and less dependent. And in that condition, the country will be in the phase of demographic bonus. But that stage will remain only for 40-50 years. After 40-50 years, because we are not producing children, so gradually this population will also become less and old age will become more. But for next 40-50 years, when we are decreasing fertility, the dependency ratio will be less, and therefore there will be more people who are earning and less dependent. So country will remain in डेमोग्राफिक बोनस. डेमोग्राफिक बोनस समझ रहे हो ना आप? इंडिया के पास ज्यादा लोग हों काम करने वाले, तो काम करने वाले ज्यादा तब होंगे जब बच्चे कम पैदा होंगे, और बच्चे कम पैदा होने से डिपेंडेंसी रेशियो कम हो जाएगा और काम करने वाले ज्यादा हो जाएंगे. वो देश के लिए बोनस की तरह होगा, जैसे गुड न्यूज की तरह होगा, जो 40-50 साल तक रहेगा. Currently, right now, India is in this phase of demographic bonus. We have more people who are earning, less people who are dependent. For next 30-40 years, we have the capability that we can use this demographic bonus to make India a developed country. We can use that opportunity. Now, is there any other doubt in the group? Otherwise, I will go for breakpoint chlorination and super chlorination. And if any topic which I am discussing is not getting clear, you can always ask question from that topic. Okay? Now, let me discuss about this small topic, breakpoint and super chlorination. See, why we do chlorination? Because this chlorine ion, they kill the bacteria in the water. So for chlorination, we can do two things. Either we can add Cl2 gas, and if we are adding chlorine gas, we use a special type of device for them that is known as Patterson chloronome. Or second thing we can do is we can add bleaching powder. Bleaching powder is CaOCl whole twice, and bleaching powder has if it is freshly prepared, there will be 33% free chlorine by weight in bleaching powder. So that chlorine we will add in the swimming pool. So we are doing chlorination supposed to kill the bacteria in the swimming pool. So gradually we will keep adding the bleaching powder, or we will keep adding the chlorine gas. When we are adding the chlorine gas, there will be increase in the chlorine free ion. But this chlorine which we are adding, this will combine with the ammonia in the water, and they will form chloramine ion. Many of you must have felt that when you come out from a swimming pool, you feel itching in the body or redness in the eye. That itching and redness is due to chloramine ion. It causes itching in body and redness of eye. So that means we do not want chloramine ion in a swimming pool. So how can we decrease the chloramine ion? The way to decrease it is keep adding chlorine. When we keep adding chlorine, this chloramine ion will start breaking, and the concentration of free chlorine ion will also decrease. And there will be a point when the chloramine ion will be almost negligible. This point is known as breakpoint chlorination. Breakpoint chlorination is actually that amount of chlorine which, when you add in water, the chlorine ion start decreasing. The chloramine ion decreases and the chlorine ion decreases. But we also want to kill the bacteria. So we want some chlorine to be left in the water. So we keep adding chlorine Cl2, keep adding, even after breakpoint we add some chlorine. Suppose we add it till the chlorine ion concentration reach 0.5. This is the residual amount of chlorine. In any water, at least 0.5 milligram per liter chlorine should be there. And we can increase it till 0.7, which is the level of drinkable water. Or if it is a swimming pool, then in swimming pool we would like to increase it till 1. And the chlorine ion concentration should be at least 0.5, and the chlorine ion concentration should be 1 in swimming pool. Why it should be more in swimming pool? Because you know, many people, they do hanky-panky in the swimming pool. So we need to keep more chlorine concentration in the swimming pool. Okay. So this is how we do chlorination. We can add the chlorine slowly. When we add the chlorine, first the chloramine ion concentration will increase, free ion concentration will increase, and later on those ion will start breaking till it reach the point when there is almost very less chlorine ion or very less chloramine ion. That is breakpoint chlorination. And after that also we keep adding chlorine till it reaches to 0.5. That is the minimum amount of chlorine needed to kill all the bacteria. Now that is the residual amount of chlorine. And if it is swimming pool, we keep increasing it till 1. Okay. So let's write down the definition, then I will also tell you a strange thing which I saw in a movie. The definition is that breakpoint chlorination simply means that amount of chlorine which, when added in water, chlorine ion and chloramine ion concentration almost become negligible. Become almost negligible. Okay. So basically it is chlorine concentration which we are adding, and we are reducing the chloramine ion and we are reducing the free chlorine ion by adding more chlorine. So this is how we do chlorination. This is one way of doing chlorination. But now suppose the swimming pool is highly polluted and we don't have that much of time to gradually increase the chlorine concentration. So what we can do is, we can suddenly add a large amount of chlorine concentration. Suppose we add this much Cl2 is added directly. So this amount is more than 1 even. We will decrease it a bit. We will add chlorine much more than breakpoint chlorination, and then we will decrease the concentration of chlorine. So in this way, the time taken will be less, and there will be no formation of chloramine ion, because directly we are adding too much chlorine in the water. The chloramine ion will get destroyed, and we just need to add too much chlorine and then decrease it a bit. So that is superchlorination. Okay, what is superchlorination? It simply means that we are adding chlorine much more than breakpoint chlorination and then decreasing its concentration. Okay, adding Cl2 much more than breakpoint chlorination and then decreasing Cl2 concentration gradually. Okay, till how long we have to decrease it? Till Cl2 become either 0.5 if it is a normal water, or till it become 1 if it is swimming pool. Okay, so superchlorination is used for highly polluted ponds. I was watching a movie, Meet the Parents. There, in that movie, they have added a special chemical in the swimming pool so that if anybody does hanky-panky, there will be blue circle around it. And even if the person try to run away, the blue color circle will follow him. So that everyone will know, oh, karke bhag raha hai na, running away after doing. That was a good thing. I think it must be added in every swimming pool. Okay, so this is about breakpoint chlorination and superchlorination. This both are just amount of chlorine which we will add. First, to reduce the chloramine ion to almost negligible amount, that is breakpoint, and then increase it, the free chlorine 2.5. Okay. Chalo. Now let's discuss some other topic. If you have any question, please feel free to ask question. Okay. Now, one more topic which is a bit conceptual is that of Pearl index and life expectancy, because in part textbook the formula is given a bit controversial. So Pearl index and life expectancy, these are the two methods of calculating failure rate of contraceptive. Okay, and Pearl index is used when we are doing a study on a large number of female who are using contraceptive for a very long period of time. So the basic formula of Pearl index, if you look at PARC, that will be that how many accidental pregnancies there divided by how many month of use, total month of use. This is the formula being written in the PARC. But actually this formula has two components. It has total female who are using it multiplied by how many month they use, month of use. And because we multiply it by 1200, so that's why Pearl index major failure rate in 100 women year. Why it is 100 women year? Because in a year there are 12 months. So it is 12 and 100 women. So multiply 12 multiplied by 100, it will become 1200. Because the multiplication factor is 1200, so it major failure rate in 100 women year. Okay, and whenever you have to solve any question on Pearl index, use this formula, having both female and month of use in that. Now, out of life expectancy and Pearl index, which one is better way to measure failure rate? Answer is life expectancy, because life expectancy table or life expectancy method can be used even for a single female who are using contraceptive even for some day. But Pearl index is always calculated for a large group taking contraceptive for a longer duration. Okay, so life expectancy can be calculated even for single female for some duration of time. Okay, so that's why it is more convenient to use, and Pearl index can only be calculated by doing a study. Okay, like they have asked this question that out of 10 pregnancy, accidental pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, in 100 female using new OCP for, let's say, 2 years. So find the Pearl index. So in Pearl index, simple thing, we write accidental pregnancy above. So we will write 10 above. In the denominator, there are how many female? 100 female. And how many month they are using it? 2 year means 2 into 12 month, 24. Multiplied by 1200. So if you do it, it will come out to be, the 12 will cancel here, the 00 will cancel here, 10 by 2, that means Pearl index will come out to be 5. This is the exact question which came in one of the previous year. So we use both the component total female and month of use to calculate the failure rate. Okay? Chalo. Do you have any doubt, any other question? Because after Apurv comment, I am not getting any question. Maybe the chat thing is not working properly, because I also typed for any question, but it's not coming. Maybe you're out of question. Anyway, sorry, maybe the students here are less, because I don't think so. If you have any question in future also, don't hesitate to ask it on my WhatsApp number, and you can also ask it on the eGurukul app, or you can ask it on my email ID docashwani23@gmail.com. Okay, and I would love to answer your question whenever you will ask it. So thank you so much for being with me in this session. My next session will be on 29th of August. I think at the same time 8:30 to 9:30. So if you have any doubt, not August, 29th of July, the next month is July. So if you have any doubt, you can ask it in that time also from any topic. And you can send the question beforehand on eGurukul app. If you have any doubt, you can send it on eGurukul app, and we can solve it on the app also. We can solve it in the doubt session also. Okay. So thank you so much for giving your precious time here. Hasta la vista, dasvidania. Keep growing, keep enjoying your life, whatever the situation is. Bye-bye.